And here we are. Welcome forward again, everyone, to the latest episode of the Working Man's Warships. I am your humble host, Jedi Gad, and we welcome you, whoever you may be, wherever in the globe you are, whatever time of the day or night it is where you are, and however you are tuning in, watching, and listening. Welcome. So today we're going to play one of the most broken ships in this game. And by broken, I mean in a good way. This ship is absolutely busted. It always has been, and it always will be. This is an example of a ship which you look at the tier it's on, you're like, really? This is a tier 7 ship? So, we're playing none other than the Somers. So, this is a Vincent Mordorf build. And the guys we're going to use today offers us absolutely nothing in the rewards department. Like, as in currency and boosters. And again, I don't care. It's more about the experience for me. And I like Watson Amelia. I do. Or is it Amelia Watson? Seems like it'd be more logical. Whatever. I like her. She sounds kind of cute. So, we're going to use her as our guys today. And you can see the build that we're going to apply to this ship. We're using William Sims for some extra hit points. And we want Reginald for the torpedoes and the impairment chance. You will notice our base trait was our gun reload time. And there's the usual other bunch of goodies that we like to run. Obviously perceptive, you know this. And you can check it out for yourself and copy, or you can offer me advice. For example, should I use Leviathan or not? I decided not to. Right, so the ship itself, there really isn't that much wrong with this ship. So whatever you do is going to improve it. So you see we're going for the main battery mod 2 in slot 1. Slot 2, we want the damage control system mod 2. Obviously for a destroyer we want the concealment system mod. And we're going to go for gunfire control. Again, anything you do to this ship is just gonna strengthen a strength. Boosters, we'll do Commander XP as we normally do. We'll do Global XP as it's a premium ship, and we'll leave the other stuff for other ships and ship tiers. So Somers, I've built you up now. Show us. Okay, mission brief. Pound for pound, this might be the best destroyer in the game. Now, I know that's a bold statement. I know. But this ship just... It's almost unfair. It's almost unfair playing this ship. But for today, you'll get the pleasure of experiencing this. And we're on Haven. It's going to be a domination game. And we're going to see what we can do. Right, so we are not top tier. There is an annoying carrier in the game, and we have spawned right in the middle, south central. We're right down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the way we're facing, and we're going to head over here to the southwest flank. So immediately we have picked up the scent of an enemy, what we can only presume is a destroyer, and we know this because we ourselves have been located. So someone knows where we are. But what we're going to do is we're going to go right up Broadway, because I want to get between these islands as quickly as possible and get the sight lines open so that the big boys behind us can get busy. So we're just going to swing round and get ourselves in position so that we have the best map coverage. So immediately the annoying carrier knows where we are. If he knows where we are, everyone else does. They might not be able to shoot us at the moment, but they know where we are. And as we are located, that means that destroyer knows the general direction of where we are at. Keep that in mind. So we're going to swing around here, and then we're going to try and get into open water so we can see all of the enemy ships who are already firing, which tells me that their destroyer has spotted our ships. So we need to do the same, or our ships are going to be taking punishment. And what did I just say about the fact that he knows roughly where we are? You better have your head on a swivel when you play destroyer at all times. So now we've moved up here, we're going to send out these torpedoes to who it may concern in the general direction of what our perceptive is telling us. And get those out there, and we have already lost our IOR, which is confusing considering the short space of time it's taken for him to get removed. So we're behind. So we see the Italian battleship coming over there now, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and say hi to Veneto. Now, this is the first massive strength of this ship. Give me 12 torpedoes. Yes, please, sir. 3 torpedo salvos. So that means if properly rationed, I can have a constant pipeline of torpedoes, of ordnance going in the enemy's direction, and they can't see me. So I know he's either going to run into them or he's going to react to them being there. One of the two. And by doing that, I can now predict his next movement. So right on cue, he trips over one of the torpedoes and the damage is off and running. He's in there somewhere. Now, having tripped over that torpedo, he now has to think to himself what he's going to do. We have secured the cap, and he naturally turns the other way. But because we've still got that third salvo waiting there, we can react to that. You see what I'm saying? Somers is just some serious business, and it needs to be, because in this game we are now 2-0 down on the ship count, and that carrier is still buzzing those mosquitoes above our head, and we have to beware of the fact that A, he knows where we are, and B, he can drop something on our head at any time. And Veneto is not long for this world. He eats another torpedo and then gets taken down. Right, so we're back in the game. And straight away, we even up the ship count. Now, you would think that old Iowa over here has learned the lesson and the error of Veneto's ways. Right? We had the torpedo salvo in the bank, and we're going to drop that down there. So we simultaneously are playing area denial over there while moving ourselves in position to move north to get the enemy cap. And notice, you hear that sound you keep hearing? That's the torpedoes reloading, because that's what this ship does. It prints torpedoes. Right. Okay, so we see another ship. Now, I was going to fire here, but I just thought our battleship's going to run into them, which is going to become annoying because it means I would have wasted the salvo. So we're going to keep that one in the bank. Right? Remember our Iowa over there? You see? I've gone. He's still getting hit by something I left over 30 seconds ago. I've moved in the opposite direction. Now we're going to get up here, and we want to quickly nip in here and see if we can take this base for a 3-1 advantage. Right? So we're moving up here. The ship count is even. The damage is still going. You see it going up there in the top right hand corner? That score is ticking over. So what's that I hear? More torpedoes? Oh. So as we move up here, we're going to look around and see what we can see. There's still an enemy destroyer at large, so we need to be aware of this, right? The enemy loses another ship, but our teammate asks us for help. I was focusing on something else, and then I realized why he's asking for help. Here is the enemy destroyer. Now, we spoke about torpedoes, right? Now, Somers is going to show you right now that these guns are nothing to be played with either. These guns absolutely decimate enemy destroyers. It takes 3 salvos, under 10 seconds, and goodbye destroyer. Let that flare off. We are now in the driver's seat. Now we have lost another ship, so keep that. This game is not over. Remember that. we've all seen games lost from these sort of winning positions before. So we need to make sure we get the job done. Yes, it's looking okay, but there's still stuff to be done. Now, again, I wanted to fire, but you can see his trajectory. He is now going forward. I don't want to waste that salvo, so I'm going to keep that in my back pocket and just try and secure this cap, and then we can decide what course of action we're going to take next. So we now have the 3-1 cap advantage, which should help if we lose another ship, which is entirely possible. So a quick assessment realizes that the Dewa is now over here. Now you see again his trajectory is going back the other way, so I don't want to waste that. And I heard a torpedo salvo somewhere around that just went off, right? Okay, so you see our teammates left torpedoes there. That Dewa is going to react to that. Remember what we said before, he's either going to trip over them or he will react to it. So we want to keep that in mind. We've got our salvo ready to go, so we're going to swing round and we're going to see what is this battle cruiser going to do. How is he going to react to the fact that there are torpedoes there left by our teammate? They lose another ship. So again, we're close here, but we need to secure this. And what did he do? He changed direction. So we're going to fire off the first salvo. He's seen us, but what we want to do is quickly turn out, tactical retreat, and see what he does. Now, what do you think he's going to do with those torpedoes we just left there? As we use evasive maneuvers to get away from his sub. What do you think he's going to do? What have you learned so far? He's either A, going to trip over them, or B, take evasive action. And he does trip over. We got hit by the carrier. We've calmed it down. We're regrouping. He took a torpedo salvo, right? So now he can't see us. So he's got to think to himself, what do I do? I know he's there. Which way do I go? So he naturally goes in the opposite direction to which he got hit. So I'm going to leave another salvo there. Oh, I had one handy. This ship prints torpedoes. So what's he going to do with those torpedoes? He's either going to trip over them or react to them. I think he's going to speed up. And that's why I've put the second salvo in front. Now I want to bait him, because I want him to look and to shoot at me. Now I want you to know where I am, because I am now going to try and bait him into staying broadside. Because if he can see me, I want him to shoot at me and try and get his guns to bear. If he heads in the opposite direction, that won't happen. So I'm baiting him now. We'll keep shooting, and we're heading towards cover with the island. We're going to keep shooting, and just enough time for our torpedo salvo to reach. One more shot round the corner. We go dark, and down he goes. I mean, this ship just isn't fair. If you are having a bad day and you are on a losing streak, get in your Somers. This is the streak breaker. This ship right here. But the game isn't over, because we have lost another ship. And again, for those of you who are new to this game, you will soon learn that no game is secure until you are back at port. Never underestimate your team's ability to throw away a win. Don't underestimate it. This game should be over, right? Right? It should be. But there's always the chance it can be thrown. So what we're going to do is we're going to be professional here. We're going to be military grade professional. We are going to see this through right to the end. I am not sitting back. I am going to move forward and be proactive. I want to set up a perimeter around our bases. We've got 3 of them. As long as we maintain 2 of the 3, we are good. So I'm going to move forward here and get into this gap and put myself in position to counter any moves by the enemy. We have lost another ship. It is now 3-3. We are level on the ship count. I now need to make sure the perimeter is set up here so that we do not lose any more bases or ships, and to make sure that this victory stays where it should. So we're going to try and come up here in between these two islands, because I know that carrier's there. So he's the main problem right now. All of the damage we've sustained has come from him. He's been buzzing over my head. He can see me again. We need to try and deal with this man. It is not out of the realms of possibility that he could turn the tide of this battle, particularly if he gets me, because we are the only destroyer left. So we need to make sure that this game is wrapped up. So round here, and what the hell is this guy doing here? Of all the people I did not want to see round this corner, he is top of the list. But he's there, so we're going to lay a torpedo salvo down. He sees us, and we're going to drop another one and put it into reverse. Smoke up. That will buy us time. We're going to get behind this rock. We're going to keep that smoke up. The carrier still knew where he was. Again, what did I tell you? He is the problem. We avoid that salvo coming from the Kutuzov. And booyah! Down goes Kutuzov. Up goes the flare. Hey, listen, let me explain these flares to you. For those of you who are football fans, you know when you score a goal and the ultras let off the flare on the curva? That's what that's about. Kutuzov down. We're going to move through the smoke screen supported by our cruiser, and we are going to make sure that this battle is secure. Kutuzov was more or less full health. Between him and the carrier, that could have been a real problem. So over the horizon's the carrier, but lucky for him, he's just out of range. Just out of range of our guns. So I can't hit him anymore. But you know who I can hit? I can hit the Constellation. Now, Constellation has got radar, so I need to be aware of that. But we can still try and chip away and get as much additional damage as we can. Down he goes. And Somers strikes again. People, this ship is one of the best in the game. It is unfair using this ship. It is a cheat code. What's not to like? 142,000 damage, over 3,200 HP. And if you like what I'm doing, like, subscribe, share, take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time on the Working Man's Warships. Bye-bye.
Torpedoes to starboard.